You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo, and here is what's happening. A high-speed rollover crash Tuesday evening claimed the lives of two men from Tacoma, California. And News 25 has the story.
A high-speed rollover crash occurred on Tuesday evening, July 29th, that claimed the life of two men in Tacoma, California, according to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. The single-vehicle collision occurred around 5:41 p.m. on July 29th along Tacoma Springs Road near mile marker 1. Police say the 2008 BMW was traveling northbound at an excessive speed when, for reasons that are still under investigation, it left the roadway to the right and entered the desert terrain. The vehicle then overturned several times. The 31-year-old driver was ejected from the vehicle, while the 49-year-old male front passenger remained inside. Both men were pronounced dead at the scene by arriving medical personnel. Their names have not yet been released, pending notification of next of kin. Las Vegas Metro officers confirmed that this crash marks the 98th and 99th traffic-related deaths in their jurisdiction so far in 2025. The Collision Investigation Section at Las Vegas Metro continues to investigate the cause of this crash.
In national news, President Donald Trump signed a bill earlier today launching a new initiative designed to help veterans hold on to their homes. Let's take a look at the details.
President Donald Trump on Wednesday signed the VA Home Loan Program Reform Act into law, launching a new initiative aimed at helping veterans avoid foreclosure. The newly enacted law creates a partial claim program under the Department of Veteran Affairs, which allows veterans who fall behind on their mortgage payments to defer those missed payments until the end of their loan term, rather than facing an immediate foreclosure. This program replaces the Veteran Affairs Service Program, or VASP program, that was introduced in 2024 under President Joe Biden.
So I'm thrilled to sign the VA Home Loan Program Reform Act into law, and that is something that they've wanted to do for a long time. This legislation provides desperately needed relief to veterans and their families who have fallen behind on their mortgages, of which there are a lot, because we have somebody that doesn't want to lower interest rates. Probably won't lower them today. It's a really sort of an amazing situation. And it helps keep our promise to end veterans' homelessness. And an estimated 61,000 American veterans are in danger of losing their homes, as you know. But thanks to this bill, the Department of Veterans Affairs will be empowered to pay loan holders the necessary amount to prevent foreclosures on our veterans, so our veterans won't be foreclosed and put out onto the streets. It's very important. This bill also creates a 5-year partial claim program that could benefit up to 3.7 million veterans. That's the kind of numbers you're talking about. It's big stuff. The costs of the program are fully offset and will add nothing at all to debt. This common sense legislation had overwhelming support and passed unanimously in the House and the Senate. Wow.
Let me tell you that not only this bill, which will help make sure that those veterans have got themselves in a situation where maybe they would be foreclosed on, it gives them just a little bit extra help without the government going into a banking business like what we had with the previous administration. I also want to say thank you too, though, for appointing Doug Collins as our secretary for the VA. As chairman of the VA, having the opportunity to work with Doug, one, because we worked together before, but he has the right attitude, and the attitude is the VA is not about bureaucracy. It's about the veterans, and we want to keep it that way.
I'm the longest serving enlisted member of the United States military to ever get elected to Congress in the history of our nation. And I'm unequivocally stating right now that President Donald J. Trump is the most positive, pro-veteran president in the history of this country. And so he backs up his words with deeds, and this is another example of how President Trump is taking care of our veterans. So, sir, I'm very thankful for you, for your leadership, And let's get this thing done and get our veterans into homes. So God bless you, and God bless the United States.
Congress approved the VA Home Loan Program Reform Act in a bipartisan vote, with the House passing this version in May and the Senate following in suit in July. Now, President Donald Trump has signed this into law, and this bill will be effective starting today, July 30th, 2025.
More news now on this Wednesday. Passenger numbers at Harry Reid Airport continue to drop, with June figures showing a steady decline. The latest data raises concerns about travel trends and what they could mean for the region's tourism economy.
In their June report, officials announced that 4,726,462 passengers passed through the Las Vegas airport, marking a 6.3% decline from the 5,046,347 passengers recorded in June 2024. Year to date, the airport has seen 27,656,335 passengers, a 4.1% decline compared to the same time last year. International numbers are also trending down, with Harry Reid Airport seeing almost a 10% drop in passenger traffic this June compared to June 2024. June marks the 5th consecutive month of decline for the airport.
Sports coming up, and the Aces' Asia Wilson had a big night against Los Angeles. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Jackie Young had her first triple-double, and Asia Wilson scored 34 points against the Los Angeles Sparks on Tuesday night. Mikey has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports, and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Las Vegas Aviators lost another on Tuesday night, 8-2, rematch this evening at 7:05. Jackie Young had her first triple-double, and Asia Wilson scored 17 of her 34 points in a dominant first quarter that propelled the Las Vegas Aces to an 89-74 win over Los Angeles Sparks on Tuesday night. Ryne Sandberg, a Hall of Fame second baseman who became one of baseball's best all-around players while starring for the Chicago Cubs, has died. He was 65. We'll all remember the day against the St. Louis Cardinals 41 years ago, dubbed the Sandberg game, when Ryne had 5 hits and 7 RBI, including 2 game-tying home runs that helped lift the Cubs to a memorable 12-11 victory.
Sandberg hitting .327 now. The pitch. There it goes. Way back. It might be. It could be. It is. Holy cow. The game is tied. The game is tied. Ryne Sandberg did it. Listen to the crowd. Stretch the pitch. Hey! Way back! Might be out of here! He did it! He did it again! The game is tied! Holy cow! How about that?
The annual Spaghetti Dinner and Desert Auction, hosted by the Pahrump Valley High School football program, is set for Saturday, August 2nd at 6 p.m. in the Pahrump Valley High School cafeteria. Tickets for the dinner can be purchased for $10 at the door. All proceeds go directly back to the program in support of the upcoming season, set to kick off on Friday, August 22nd at Pinecrest Academy, Cadence. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you very much, Mikey. Well, a scam is plaguing Nye County, spreading fear and panic among residents by threatening arrest if they don't comply unless they make an immediate payment.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe McGill. I'm here to tell you about a new scam that has been going around lately. Yesterday, KPVM received information from an individual saying that he received a call from a subject identifying himself as Sergeant Jesse Daniels with the Nye County Sheriff's Department.
My name is Sergeant Jesse Daniels, Nye County Sheriff's Department. Warrants Division to be exact.
The caller told that individual that he had failed to provide a DNA sample on 2 separate occasions and was demanding payment of $1,400 in order to drop a warrant that was issued for his arrest.
Did receive these 2 citations. However, the judge did allow them to be placed in the civil processing realm. So that matter is fully resolvable here today without having to undergo the booking and process. According to what I see here, the judge did attach the minimal preset amount allowed to each citation. That amount is fully reimbursable. Once you do place that amount, receive your vouchers, as well as implement those 2 things that the state requested.
That is a very common scenario that takes place. I can tell you that law enforcement will never call you on the phone and tell you that you need to pay money to get out of a warrant. We're going to come to your door, knock on your door, and take you into custody. This person was told to go to Walmart and that money could be transferred to take care of this so that he would not be arrested.
So if you choose to proceed with the civil processing procedure, sir, you will have to either place that amount in either cash form or debit card. That being the Walmart Supercenter location is the only location that can process the debit card.
He asked if he could just go to the sheriff's office and take care of it, and this individual, Sergeant Daniels, told him that if he went to the sheriff's office, he had to be arrested and would spend several days in jail until he saw a judge.
Well, sir, do be informed that you do have this warrant at this time, so simply proceeding to the station and stepping foot on government grounds or coming into contact with active law enforcement, you will show an active warrant. So at that point, you will be forced to undergo the due processing procedure.
Again, this does not happen. Do not fall prey to this. These are just one of the many scams that are going around. I spoke to the individual identifying himself as Jesse Daniels on the phone, and I identified myself, and he immediately hung up. So that is pretty obvious, isn't it? Again, don't fall for this. If anybody ever calls you saying they're from a government entity of any kind, or your bank, or the power company, anything, and they're demanding money, if you cannot go straight to their office or call them directly to their main number, which you can find on the internet, then it's a scam. It's never going to happen that way. They're never going to make you go to Walmart or Rite Aid to send money through the internet to pay for a warrant. So, don't be a victim, protect yourself, and don't even talk to these people. Thank you.
Coming up, a controversial mining project was just given the green light. We'll have the story on that. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. On this Wednesday, tensions are rising near one of Nevada's rarest ecosystems as a controversial mining project just over the California border faces growing backlash. Nearby communities are sounding the alarm over potential threats to water and wildlife near the Ash Meadows National Wildlife Refuge.
A nearby Nevada town is drawing a firm line in the sand. Mining is not welcome near the Ash Meadows National Wildlife Refuge. Local residents concerned about water and biodiversity were hopeful when federal officials began reviewing whether to ban new mining claims near the refuge. But now, just across the California border, a new project is moving forward. This month, the Trump-era approval of a mining exploration plan has been activated. St. Cloud Mining will drill 43 holes for clinoptolite, a mineral used in water treatment and odor control, just 3 miles from the refuge boundary. Federal land managers say the drilling poses no significant impact to the environment. Locals aren't convinced. Ash Meadows is home to 12 federally protected species and dozens more found nowhere else on Earth, including the critically endangered devil's hole pupfish, thought to be the rarest fish in the world. Communities in Amargosa Valley and Beatty, already facing groundwater concerns, continue to speak out against mining and large-scale solar near their fragile ecosystem.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's a Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam, and we are looking out from the News 25 TV studios here in Pahrump. And the Goldfield Days celebration is coming up starting Friday. Will the weather be terrific as it's been? Cool mornings, cool nights, and there's a parade on Saturday. Complete forecast is up in a bit.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Roy Rosell, coming to you from the Channel 25 Weather Studios. And taking a look at Nevada right now, up in northern Nevada, Fernley is looking at 87 degrees. Fallon is looking at 91. Carson City is at 84. Tonopah is at 86. Goldfield's at 88. Beatty is at 98 degrees. Amargosa and Las Vegas are twinning today at 103. And Death Valley is at 114 today. But here in the beautiful paradise of Pahrump, it's currently 99 degrees. The high today was 100 degrees. With sunny skies, we saw wind speeds at south at 14 miles per hour. The humidity is 10%, and the sun rose this morning at 5:49 and will be setting tonight at 7:50 p.m. The humidity raises up to 15%, and the wind continues to blow east-southeast at 13 miles per hour. The low tonight is going to be 70 degrees. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. We will be seeing triple digits throughout the next 7 days. Tomorrow, Thursday, will be 100, 102 on Friday, 101 on Saturday, 103 on Sunday, 101 on Monday, 102 on Tuesday, and then all the way up to 104 next Wednesday. Make sure to stay hydrated, Nevada. Back to the desk. Here's Chris.
All righty. Thank you, Miss Rosell. Nearly perfect. And just for a little historical reference, last year at this time, we're almost 18 to 20 degrees warmer. Imagine that. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight. News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.